smile. Yeah, my memory's terrible. Thanks, Steve. Let's head inside. As we walked in, Marilyn trailed behind me, her voice dripping with smugness. See, Lizzie? I knew you couldn't stay mad at me. I knew you wouldn't mind me talking to Steve myself. I muttered a few meaningless replies, but the whole way in, my mind was racing, trying to figure out what I needed to do that night to protect my brother. My parents had no idea there was an entire lifetime of hatred between Marilyn and I. The moment Steve introduced her as my best friend, they rushed over to welcome her warmly. My dad even made a special trip to the supermarket and came back with bags of snacks, telling her to help herself and make herself at home. Marilyn did not hold back one bit. She sweet-talked my parents, flattering them until they were beaming with joy. Watching her pretend to be all innocent and grateful made my stomach turn. That night, just like in my previous life, my parents said they wanted to give up their master bedroom for her so she could sleep more comfortably. I noticed her discreetly glancing at the distance between the master bedroom and Steve's room, calculating just like before. My fingers clenched. Then I stood up and said, Marilyn, since it's your first night here and you might not be used to the place, I made you a cup of warm milk. I handed her the mug and added casually, my dad bought it just for you tonight. It's an imported brand. I knew Marilyn too well. She could not resist taking advantage of anything fancy. Sure enough, she stopped pretending to decline and downed the whole cup instantly. I watched her walk into the master bedroom. At first, I could hear a bit of noise, probably her scrolling on her phone. Then, it went completely quiet. I pushed the door open a crack and called her name softly a few times. There was no response. She was completely out cold. Right then, I hurried to Steve, who was about to go to bed. Steve, go stay at your friend's place tonight. Didn't he move into the next building? My parents were stunned. Why on earth would you make Steve go sleep at someone else's house? His exam is tomorrow. How can you ask him to bother someone else like that? I gritted my teeth and insisted, I don't care what it sounds like. He has to stay at his friend's place tonight. They tried to talk me down, but I rarely pushed for anything this hard. The more they argued, the more I felt myself spiraling toward a breakdown. In the end, Steve gave in first. All right, it's just one night at my buddy's place. We're close. How is that bothering him? Mom, Dad, don't worry. He grabbed his phone, shot his friend a message, and headed to the building next door. Even after he left, my parents kept scolding me for being unreasonable, saying I was stressing him out on the eve of his exam. Only I, being reborn and remembering everything, knew the truth. Seeing Steve safely walk out of the house filled me with a wave of relief so strong it almost made me lightheaded. The next morning, I was jolted awake by a scream. I shot up from bed in an instant. A quick glance at the clock told me it was the exact time my parents usually headed out to buy groceries. Marilyn was standing at Steve's empty doorway, face dark with panic. What's going on? Elizabeth, where's Steve? Seeing her expression, a bitter laugh echoed in my head, though my face stayed perfectly calm. I replied lightly, he stayed over at a friend's place last night. Why? What did you need him for? Stayed over? She practically snapped at me. That won't work. Damn it. How did I sleep so deeply? What about my plan? She stopped abruptly, realizing she still had an audience. Will he be back this morning? She demanded. I shrugged. Probably not. He'll head to the exam from his friend's house. Marilyn was losing it. Her eyes darted around frantically. Then she saw my parents getting ready to head out, and the front door